Good afternoon, Bluebirds. I'm Eva with Sarah delivering your announcements.
Happy birthday to Evelyn Smith, Franny Smith, and Audrey Sorrentino.
Today is the last day we'll be talking about Black History Month here on the announcements. Here's a trivia video related to Black History Month.
On Monday, February 1st, Black History Month began. Black History Month started in 1976 to honor the two often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans. Throughout the History Month of February, we will be celebrating Black History Month. To end it off, here is a trivia question about Black History Month.
What was the name of the NBA player that broke the color barrier? LeBron James, Earl Lloyd, Wilt Chamberlain, or Kevin Durant? The answer is B, Earl Lloyd.
Last day for this announcements too. The journalism department would like to feature you enjoying the snow. It could be a picture of you sledding, shoveling, or building a snowman, or whatever you want. If you send in a picture of an explanation with what you are doing, we will put your name in a drawing for a free yearbook for 2020 and 2021 school year. The link is in Schoology. Check it out.
Continuing with our focus on Reds spring training, today we're going to be looking at the Reds pitching rotation and how it will hold up for the 2021 season.
In case you didn't know, Major League Baseball teams have 5 starting pitchers that are rotated for every game. The pitching for any team is critical. The pitcher is equivalent to the quarterback position in football. Of course, this doesn't hold true, but in general, if the pitching is good, the team is good.
Today we will look at the Reds starting rotation and offer an opinion on how they will do in this season.
With spring training almost underway and with pitchers and catchers already reporting, let's take a look at the Reds' starting rotation. But before we do, let's explain the different statistics. ERA is the amount of earned runs a pitcher averages per 9 innings. WHIP is the amount of hits and walked batters a pitcher averages per inning. A9, H9, and HR9 are the amount of strikeouts, hits, and home runs a pitcher allows per 9 innings. Wins and losses are if the pitcher determined the outcome of the game. Now let's get into the video.
The Reds rotation has been solid for the past few years, and they don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. It's led by flamethrower Luis Castillo, veteran Sonny Gray, and youngsters Tyler Mahle and TJ Antone. The 5 spot for the rotation is up for grabs, and with the universal DH no longer in effect, it looks like Michael Lorenzen's spot. However, pitchers Wade Miley and rookie Nick Lodolo are going to try to make their cases in spring training.
Castillo is coming off 2020 hot and is the Reds' ace of the rotation. He throws a high-velocity fastball and one of the best knee-buckling changeups we've ever seen. Sonny Gray also can make a case for being the Reds' #1 guy. Gray was traded to the Reds back in 2019, and after being reunited with pitching coach Derek Johnson, he has been really solid when healthy. Don't be surprised if Gray and Castillo both make the All-Star game again, and maybe even make a Cy Young push.
Tyler Mahle and TJ Antone will be solid, but not as good as Gray and Castillo. Antone is coming off a solid rookie year, posting a 2.8 ERA and striking out 10 per 9. He could be a sleeper of this rotation. Mahle has had a shaky career, but pulled it together last year, posting his best win-loss percentage of his career. Also, he had the 2nd lowest home run numbers against him ever. Mahle could also be a solid add.
The 5 guy in the rotation is still up for grabs. Earlier we mentioned Michael Lorenzen is the favorite because there's no longer a National League DH. However, Reds manager David Bell would most likely like to incorporate a lefty, which brings us to 2 options. Wade Miley, who had the worst season of his career in 2020, posting a 5.65 ERA and allowing 10.8 hits per 9, and Nick Lodolo, the Reds' 2019 first-rounder who still hasn't pitched in the pros yet.
The Reds rotation is a potential bright spot of the team, and if it plays out how it's supposed to, it'll be top 5 in the MLB. It just depends on whether or not everyone can stay healthy, consistent, and if young David Bell can make good decisions.
Opening day for the Reds is April 1st, and I have heard that 12,000 people will be allowed in the games. That is a lot more than what was allowed at the Bengals' home game in the past season. Some of you might want to get your friends together and go to a game.
For lunch on Monday, we'll be having chicken nuggets, mashed potatoes, and fruit cup.
Since we are talking about food, did you know that yesterday was National Chili Day? Featured in this video is a particular social studies teacher who loves chili.
Mr. Weinrich is commonly known as the Grinch of Halloween, since he never wears a costume. Recently, he has been whining about going unmentioned on the announcements, but we have the perfect opportunity for him. As many of his students know, Mr. Weinrich is a hardcore chili lover, the king of chili, if you will. And this Thursday, the 25th of February, is National Chili Day. interview Mr. Weinrich about chili.
What is your favorite chili restaurant?
Well, obviously, if you can't tell, it's going to be Skyline.
What is your favorite chili topping?
Well, I mean, my favorite chili topping is obviously cheese. I mean, that's what goes on top of it, and you got to put some crackers on it.
What's the worst thing that has ever been done to chili?
The worst thing that's ever happened to chili is it's not nationwide yet.
What do you have to say to people who do not like chili?
I cannot talk to those people. Obviously, they don't live in America, so I would never have to speak to them, because if you're a real American, you love chili. There's nothing better than going home and soaking your feet in a nice pot of chili. There's nothing better than going home and soaking your feet in a nice pot of chili.
A nice pot of chili.
Pot of chili.
Now that you know about Mr. Weinrich's love for chili, do you think that you could challenge Mr. Weinrich? Fill out the Google form in Schoology in the Library Media Center. You could be featured in a broadcasting video. Chili Challenger coming soon.
Pot of chili.
Look for a Google form in the HMS Library Media Center group if you would like to participate in a chili challenge with Mr. Weinrich.
And now for today's quote of the day. Today's quote is, when you can't control what's happening, challenge yourself to control how you respond to what's happening.
Have a wonderful weekend, Bluebirds.